The late afternoon sun painted a golden glow over a quiet suburban street, its warmth glinting off the glossy black hood of a luxury sedan that had just screeched to a halt. Out stepped a man, slicked back hair, dark shades, and a leather jacket that practically shouted arrogance. His name was Adrian Donnelly, son of a feared businessman everyone in town knew simply as the Don. People usually stepped aside when Adrian passed, but that day he stopped, not for someone powerful, but for someone powerless. At the edge of the pavement sat a small wooden crate filled with bright red apples. Beside it, a young woman knelt beside her little girl. Her eyes were tired, her hands trembling as she arranged the fruit. The little girl, no older than 6, clutched one of the apples like a treasure. A cardboard sign leaned against the crate. "Buy my apples to help my mom." It was the kind of sight that could move anyone with a beating heart, but not Adrian. He sneered, stepped forward, and pointed a finger at them with disgust. Before I tell you what happened next, take a second to show your belief in kindness, courage, and second chances. Please like this video, subscribe to HOA Chronicles, and share it so stories like this one remind the world that compassion still matters. The woman's name was Sophia Hale. Once, she worked at a small accounting firm and dreamed of giving her daughter, Maya, a better life. But when her husband left and the company closed, she found herself drowning in bills and eviction notices. Selling apples wasn't her dream, it was survival. Every morning, she told Maya it was their little adventure. But deep down, each apple sold felt like a silent cry for help. That afternoon had been slow. A few kind strangers stopped by, some even leaving extra change. Then the black car appeared, loud, entitled, and cold. Adrian's voice sliced through the air like a blade. He mocked her sign, laughed at her trembling hands, and told her she was embarrassing the neighborhood. When little Maya tried to hide, an apple rolled toward his polished shoe. He kicked it aside. Sophia's eyes filled with tears, but she held Maya close. She whispered for her to stay calm. She was used to humiliation, but never in front of her child. Adrian smirked, ready to walk away victorious, until the sound of rumbling engines echoed down the street. The ground seemed to tremble. Heads turned. A line of motorcycles appeared in the distance, sunlight flashing across chrome and steel. 5 riders, dressed in black leather, the red and white emblem of the Hells Angels glowing across their backs. Adrian didn't notice them at first, but everyone else did. The lead bikers stopped at the curb, a tall man in his late 40s, salt and pepper beard, tattoos catching the light. His vest read, Hells Angels. The name patch read Reed. Reed watched silently. The mother, the little girl, the spoiled man towering above them. Then he walked forward, boots thudding heavily against the pavement. Adrian turned, frowning, his fake confidence beginning to fade as the other bikers parked behind Reed like a wall of iron and loyalty. Reed crouched down beside Sophia's crate, picked up one of the apples, and turned it over in his hand, a hand roughened by life and miles of road. He looked up at Adrian, eyes calm but dangerous. "You think that makes you strong?" he asked quietly. Adrian froze. The bikers took a step forward. No threats, no words, just presence, enough to drain the arrogance from any man. Reed reached into his vest, pulled out a crisp $100 bill, and set it gently on the crate. "I'll take the whole box," he said, looking at Sophia, not at Adrian. "And if anyone here bothers you again, you let us know." Adrian mumbled something, but Reed's stare silenced him. Then the other bikers followed suit, 20s, 50s, hundreds, piling them into the crate until the apples nearly disappeared under the money. One biker knelt down and handed Maya a shiny apple. "Keep selling, sweetheart," he said softly. "You're doing great." Sophia's eyes glistened with tears. Reed gave a quiet nod, then turned back toward his Harley. As they mounted up, the engines roared again, not with menace, but with purpose. Adrian stumbled back into his car, humiliated, and sped off without another word. For the first time that day, the street felt peaceful again. Maya tugged at her mother's sleeve. "Mommy, she whispered, smiling through her tears. They were like angels. Sophia smiled back, her voice trembling. Yes, sweetheart, she said. Exactly like angels. As the roar of engines faded into the distance, one truth lingered in the warm evening air. Real strength isn't measured by money or power, but by the courage to stand up for the ones who can't. And that day, on a quiet corner of Maple Avenue, kindness won again.